Can you imagine if every aspect of you were able to exist without judgment? If every aspect of somebody else were able to exist without judgment? If everything could exist without judgment, and then you'd see, okay, what are the possibilities here? What can we create from this that was never possible before? So I'm going to be pulling a couple people up because, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, roughly, I worked on this guy named Dougl, the founder of Access Consciousness. After I'd done some of the beginning Access classes, and he came into my chiropractic office and he said, okay, I want a session. I said, okay, I'm scared, but I'll do a session on you. And he said, look, the first 2 levels of what you do don't work on me, you need to go straight to the 3rd level. And I was doing network chiropractic at the time, which is just an awesome technique, okay? But I didn't know anything about this 3rd level, and he said to me, look, he said, just ask my body, follow the energy, you'll know what to do. It was the first time anybody who had ever developed any technique or anything else ever said to me, I would know what to do. Everybody else said to me, do this way. But I could never do it their way. How many of you have tried and tried and tried to do something somebody else's way, but it never worked? Okay, me too. I mean, and you always, and the weird part is you end up going into the judgment of you as though you're wrong for not being able to do it their way. It's like, what? Why do you have to judge you because you can't do it their way? Well, what if you've got an even greater way to do it for you? What if your way of doing it for you is greater than their way that they want you to do it? Well, so what happened was, I was literally standing about 15 feet across the room, and he is flopping on the table like a fish, and I am not touching him. And this energy is running through my body, and I'm going, where the heck is this coming from? And at one point, I turn my hand to the right, and his head lifts up and turns to the right. And I'm like, what's going on? And I turn my hand to the left, and his head lifts up and turns to the left. And I was like, have you always been able to do that? Like, what else can you do that you haven't talked to me about? We need to have a conversation after he leaves. Come on, you know? And it was amazing to me to see this, to perceive this energy, but also to know that there was something going on. Because he said, you'll know what to do. Follow the energy. And I went, okay. And all I was doing was following the energy at the time. And so it created this body of work I call ESB, Energetic Synthesis of Being. Why do I call it that? Because nobody can figure out what the hell it means. Which means you can't define it, you can't limit it, you can just ask to be more of it. But it's not be more of it, it's be more of you. What I didn't